or you're used to believing in or believing, period, isn't all exactly the way it's written or the way it's said. When we do our show, what you hear is what you get, and what you get is what you hear. That's it. End of story. When you're watching TV in any way or another radio station, everything is taken, written, rewritten, edited, programmed, and then somebody reads either a piece of paper or a monitor. So someone is giving you what they think you should hear. And on all of our shows, even every single guest that comes on gives you everything they know from their heart, completely, 100% completely true.
That is amazing. So your story, really what comes to my mind, it's synchronicity. You attracted that event, meeting Brett Cooper and Boy Stroud into your life, but the time came when that happened physically, and they, told you, that they delivered you and told you a great message. That is really, truly amazing. But you really manifested into your life.
Exactly. And there was another thing, too, and that throughout my whole life, going back into the early 2000s, and that I had an NDE experience. So I was somewhere else for a little while. I mean, I know what the pearly doors look like. I met my father nose to nose, and my father told me I didn't belong there. I had a message, didn't know what it was, didn't know where it was going, didn't know what it was going to do. I had no idea. Till Jamie was on my show about a year and a half ago, about 18 months ago. And Jamie said to me, your father said this is it. He's got his thumb up in the air. So in all those years, if anybody says that you don't change after an NDE experience, they got to be crazy, because you really, really do. You look at life a lot different.
According to my guru, Swami Manjulanand, he said that as a human beings, we experience NDE on an average about 3-4 times in our lifetime. I don't remember if I experienced, but I survived a really bad car accident. I was not, both my father and I, it was just a miracle. I don't know how we survived. Not only survived, I had a little bump on my elbow. Our car actually turned around twice in the air and landed on the roof. So the car was almost flat. How I got out of the car, I don't even know.
Wow. And you know what?
Yeah.
After you do that and you think back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you think back to that time.
I was so afraid to think about that, I was so afraid to think about that for many years. And my father, the first time I heard him saying, "Oh my gosh, thanks to God," he said, "I don't know how we survived." And that event changed my life. And it was the day before I was coming back to United States after being stuck in Russia for 3 months, because I was, I had a green card, and I went back to visit my family. And I was not supposed to do, because I applied for political asylum, so I was not supposed to visit my country for 10 years. And it was my fault. So I was there for 3 months, and my passport was expiring. That was my fault. And also the car accident. And I agree with you. It changes everything. It changes how you think and how you live your life.
Yeah, it's not that a lot of people that say, well, you come out a different person. No, you do not come out some person may come out a different person. I don't know. Maybe that could happen. But the idea is it just gives you this feeling that, like, hey, what have I been doing to my life or with my life? Or maybe I should, you automatically get this, like, direction. And it's really, really strange because a lot of times, I mean, I didn't follow it. I wasn't going to be a broadcaster right then and there. I actually, from that point, it went from music to that to communication. Communication was with a communication company that worked very, very closely with Bell Labs. And, of course, DSL that we knew back then that used to make all this internet work. I happened to be, I was very honored to be at one of the first tests of DSL from Bell Labs where they actually showed or made a demonstration that was to show what it could do. So I saw the birth of what we're doing right now. The technology has come so far, so fast. You would have had to been at the first demonstration to be able to know where it's gone and how fast it's gotten here.
Bob, what's your advice? What do people should learn today, now, in this economy, in this challenging environment for everyone? How to find the passion, how to find the purpose? And you've been through so much in your life, and you've been really, truly successful. From being a musician, professional musician, to communication, to financial company that you started in 1999, to becoming a world-renowned broadcaster. What is that secret? What is the drive?
It's funny that you should say that. It's really, this would take 3 shows to come out with that whole thing. But I can give this to everybody. There are so many things that are out there that can touch your life, and so many people just let them go by. You've got to live your life day to day. You have to make every day or the next day better than the one you just had. And it's not work. It'll happen. You have to believe in yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to say, I am, and believe it. You have to believe I love you. You have to believe it. Because, as I always say on all my shows, and you've heard me say it, the universe listens. It really, really does. There is a certain way that we can all make ourselves unbelievable and successful like you have no idea. Just by believing in yourself and loving others, success will just come. You don't have to worry about, not getting there or not getting this and that, especially when it comes to, what you want to do with your life. How successful do you want to be? Well, it's very simple. You are the limit. If you say, I want to be, up here, or I want to be doing this, or I want to be the president of this, or I want to be, a lot of people that say I'm rich, but hey, listen, money is money. It doesn't really count. What's in your heart, that's worth billions, trillions, quadrillions. But, money, anybody can make money. Let's face it. But how successful do you want to be? Where do you want to be in life? Money follows. You go first. Money comes behind it. Money doesn't, to think about money first, that's not going to get you to where you want to be. In the music business, let's go back to my history. In the music business, I remember playing in front of, all kinds of crazy places for $50 a night. You know how that $50 grew? I just kept doing what I was doing and making it better. The money, that grew right behind it. And all of these things, to network, to know people, to so many people that I talk to every day and that don't even know who the guy is that lives next door or across the street or down the block. Or if you're in an apartment building and that the guy on the floor right below you, you might hear him down there or her down there, but you'll never, ever know who they are. What is the big deal in going up to somebody and saying, hi, my name is? There isn't. That's networking. That's also making.
I agree with you.
That's
I
what,
agree with you.
Yeah, that's
networking.
That's what makes us human.
Well, you network. It's in your blood. It's natural to you because putting daily shows. You talk to people all the time, and getting these people on your show. And to be frank, they're all busy. So to get these people on your show. If they don't feel like you have valuable to offer, they probably will say no because there's thousands of shows today. And you do very well that people reach out to you and wanted to be on your show.
Yeah, but you
said, you're not chasing opportunities. You know what? Opportunities are knocking on your door.
No.
And I think that really truly resonates, and I want every listener to listen to that, what you said. It's like, believe in yourself. I am. And you said, loving yourself. I love you, and I'm loving myself. And it's just challenging for so many people to do that.
Does anybody know really how much energy for instance, if you're listening to my show, there's a lot of things that people have told me that I'm a crazy guy sometimes on a show, but I do make people laugh. And the music that I play makes people move in their seat. I will move you one way or the other. If I have to go on the other end of this wire and step on a couple of toes, I'll do that too. But the idea of the thing is, people don't realize that just a smile, raises your frequency, raises everything around you. It makes you the person you didn't think you could be. Hey, that's pretty good. Now, if I do that every night and you go tonight thinking about what you did or the laughs that you had or maybe the crazy things that I said that made you laugh in the first place, I'll bet you anything that when you're telling somebody else, that's networking, when you're telling someone else what I did the night before and you laugh, that person is also going to raise themselves. And it's going to go on and on and on and on.
And we have, regular listeners. I mean, it's like they don't miss your shows.
No.
You know them by name.
Yeah.
That is just great.
They do. Because, nobody that calls it, for instance, if you go on to pyramid1network.com, that's the website. If you go on the website and you just click on to Bob Charles' blog, if you go on there, you will see the people that are going to be on for that whole week and all their bios and all their websites. So if you want to check out somebody that's going to be on my show before I get a hold of them, you can go in there and you can look at and see all about the persons that are on there. And a lot of people come on the show because they never, ever know what's going to come out of my mouth next. And believe me, even the guests that are on, every single guest that I've had on my show would come back in 2 seconds.
I believe that.
So that's pretty good.
Jamie Clark and you, I listened to the show. I called in. Thank you so much for letting me know. Oh my gosh, it was phenomenal. It was a great experience. It was really an important, like you discovered, when the partners told you about the show that you should do that. And it was the same when Jamie told me. I was so amazed. Listeners, one of the things that Jamie has advised for me is to accept. Either it's help, accept, because not accepting, I was subconsciously blocking abundance. And abundance could mean different things. The energy, meeting amazing, great people. And I realized that we do that to ourselves, nobody else. It's our thoughts. And like you said, Bob, it's believe in yourself. That's the thought, And the thoughts create how we feel about ourselves, and that creates the energy. If I don't feel confident, my energy is low, I'm fatigued, I'm tired, I'm excited, boring. Do you think I'm going to talk to someone like a stranger, like you said, or smile? Probably not.
See? Now there you go.
But if you project the energy, if you think positively about yourself, You're going to project and think positively and see greatness in others. But if I don't feel, confident about myself, I don't think I will see the confidence in another person.
There you go.